Hey, John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So today I thought I'd do another behind the scenes video showing how I get my YouTube videos up and going on my blog and sort of the process that I use. And I thought this would also be pretty useful if I have someone that's doing these videos for me to see exactly how to do this. So what I usually do is I usually record a lot of videos in batch. And depending on if I do the high quality ones or if I'm just doing the ones from my webcam, the process is slightly different. I basically record one day of the high quality ones which get released once a week, and they get released on YouTube and on my blog. The lower quality ones just go onto YouTube. So for these high quality ones, what I'll end up doing is I'll have a bunch of them created. I did a video on how I edit these, so I won't talk about that here. But essentially, once I edit and upload them all to YouTube, then I have to schedule them. So what I'll do here is I've got a couple that haven't been scheduled, so I'm going to schedule one of these here, this How to Start an Agile Project. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go into here, and then I will pause the video for a second. And what I want to do is I want to figure out when this should be scheduled. So I'll go to my blog here, and I use this calendar plugin in WordPress, and so I can sort of see where things need to go. The last one I had scheduled was for January 15th. I've got this pretty far ahead, but the next one will go onto my blog on the 22nd. So I need to schedule the YouTube video on the 21st. So I'll usually just go ahead and start my post here, and I'll just take the title from here, and I'll paste this in. Schedule it for 10 a.m. I'll go ahead and hit save. Then I've got this one ready. So it's a draft. So I can just go ahead and click edit. And that should bring this up in WordPress. So then I want to go back into my video, and I said that the date on here, we said January 22nd. So 21st is when I want to schedule this one. So I'm just going to go to edit, and then I'm going to go ahead and schedule this for January 22nd, or actually this would be 21st, because this will be a Wednesday. And I'm going to go ahead and do this at 10 a.m. And then I'll just hit the publish on January 21st button. So now that part is set. So the next thing that I need to do is to go in and create my screenshot for this. So what I'll usually do is just sort of find a spot in the video. This video came out a little blurry for some reason, but I usually try to look for some kind of weird expression. YouTube also seems to capture weird expressions too, so that's too weird.
Sort of in charge of this.
That's too weird.
So you don't have.
Okay, that's the kind of like an action shot there. So I use this tool called ScreenX, it's called ShareX. So let me bring that up real quick. And I use this to do screenshots. It's just called ShareX. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do my screenshot, and then, oh, I don't want the mouse cursor in there. So I just have a short key to do this, and then I want to capture everything in the video, but I've decided to stop capturing the progress bar. So it's a little tricky to get your mouse just right. I guess I can slow down my mouse speed. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this whole area. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. And then this program will actually give me the screenshot, and then I can make some modifications. I'm just going to check it, and I've got it set to automatically upload to Imager. And then I have this other tool called Share as Image that I bought a subscription for, or actually I think I got a free lifetime subscription through an AppSumo deal. Anyway, this thing is kind of cool. I found a good purpose for this, which is to make my little thumbnails for my posts. So what I'll do here is I'll just make this a little bit cutesy, like how to, and then I'll probably want to have start in a different font, maybe like that, and then we'll say an agile project. Okay, so then I'll just usually try to come up with something here. This, maybe I'll make start big and do it like this. Since starting, there we go. And I'll usually pick some kind of a font here that would go with this. I want something that looks like a action or movement. That looks like movement, but it's a little too slanted, I think. Oh, that's pretty action oriented. I like that. Okay. So how to, one little trick for text on images that I found is you can, if you outline them in black, then they really stand out. So I want to go ahead and do that for these. You can also do the opposite, which is to use black text and white. As long as you outline your text, essentially, it'll become a lot more readable. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then for this agile project, I'm actually going to do the opposite one. I'm going to change the color to black and then change the outline to white. You'll see that effect. It's kind of cool. You wouldn't even notice that it was different than the how-to unless I'm pointing it out here. The start, I might make this a different color. I think this is probably good though in this case. And then I apply the sepia filter just to make it so that this stands out, so you can tell this isn't the actual video, because when I was making them the full color, then people were getting confused. Still might be getting confused, but I think this is good enough. So I like that little effect there. I'll save my image. And then I'll download the standard definition one. And I'll usually just go in here and I will just modify this to say whatever the title is. So this is how to start an agile. That's close enough. Make sure it says agile. Okay. Then the next step here is to go ahead and get my post ready. So I'll go back to my video, and what I want to do here is get my text description. I don't have a lot in these descriptions, but I'll go ahead and put that into the post. And then after this, what I want is this embed in the YouTube. And with this theme that I'm using for my blog, I can basically do a better embed than what the default is with WordPress. So let me pull up one of my older posts. And I'm just going to copy and paste that embed code so I don't have to try to figure it out every time. The only thing that's going to be different is just this. So that comes from the video. I can just grab that portion of it, go in here, paste that. Okay, so the only thing really left to do here is to make sure that this is set up right. So this needs to be categorized as YouTube in order to show up on my blog as YouTube. And I usually throw in a few tags here: YouTube, Agile, Project, Management. I don't think those are so important because I don't think this really gets SEO'd very much. Then I set my featured image. Here I'll just go and drag this right into place. Set the featured image, and then this thing should be ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule this post, and then I'll just take a quick look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and preview the post. I've got to do this on port 8080 because I've got varnish in front of here that's basically cache for my website. So now I can see how this looks, how to start an agile project. Looks pretty nice here, and then I've got my video, and it's pretty clear that this is not the video, but this is the video. So that's it. Now I'm ready to go and ready to do the next one.